So we have our extra long resistance band, all in a tangle, or just a regular size resistance band, the long foam roller, tennis ball. We'll start with the tennis ball. So Deborah, you can even leave it in the packaging, it's fine. So we'll step on the tennis ball and roll your foot over the ball, stomp and smush. So you keep your body the ball close to you, so you can really put some body weight into rolling the ball. If the ball is too far away from you, it starts to become like a balance challenge. I mean, I'm all about multitasking, but let's set ourselves up for success. All right, working your way from the inner border of the foot out through the middle of the foot and to the outside edge of the foot. Staying on the same foot after you've done a couple passes of that, you will place the ball of the foot on top of the tennis ball and let the toes drape over. And we're going to articulate the ankle going side to side. So arcing over the ball, side to side. The heel's on the floor. And we're trying to mobilize the ankle and trying to massage the latitudinal arch of the foot. The thigh is turning in and out as needed. And then we're going to place the tennis ball directly under the ball of the foot, spread the toes wide like a fan, reach out, wrap the toes around the ball, lift the ball up and pull it back. And those are all small actions. I'm being really over dramatic with my hand. So spread the toes wide, reach out, wrap them around, lift and pull. 2 more times. Spread, reach, wrap, lift, and pull. It's like your foot's the claw at the arcade, you know? Spread the claw wide. Reach, go to the toy you want. Wrap it around. Lift, and pull it back towards you. And then it falls down, so we got to keep doing it again because those things are rigged. Other side. I never was able to get anything out of that toy thingy. So, stomping and smushing. I mean, raise your hand if you were able to get one of those toys out. No, Deborah's definitely a thumbs down. So working your way from the inner border of the arch, and we're doing the longitudinal arch. As much pressure as is needed for your foot today. Sometimes it's just not, you don't need that much. Then, place the tennis ball underneath the ball of the foot, just behind the ball of the foot. Allow the toes to drape down. So now we're trying to bend the foot over, but also allow it to drape sideways over the ball. Heel stays on the floor, and we're arcing from side to side. And you're not grabbing at this point. The toes are trying to be long and relaxed and going downward, molding over the ball. Great. And we're breathing. One more time. My ball's kind of getting away from me there. All right, then put the tennis ball directly underneath the ball of the foot. Spread, reach, wrap, lift, and pull. Spread, reach out, wrap, lift, and pull. Spread, reach, wrap, lift, pull. And last time, spread, reach, wrap, lift, and pull. Okay, pick up the tennis ball with a nice squat and hold it, just to get it out of the way. We're going to do some bone drops and then we'll go back to the floor, but I don't want the ball on the floor. So make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead. We want to be sure that we're aligning our bones so that the knee is just going to be slightly forward of the ankle bone and in line with the center of the hip approximately, and that the shoulders are over the hips and the ear is over the shoulder. For me, in my body, I'm going to show you from the side view, because I have hyperextended knees, if I go to my legs are straight, my knee goes behind my ankle, and then it's stressful for my legs to hold in this position. So I'm going to bend them so that I feel like the bones are aligning vertically, stacking one on top of the other so that they're not at an angle. And then from here we're going to do our bone drops. Just no real finesse to this, just keeping the bones aligned, lifting the heels and dropping down very vigorously to send some vibration through the body. And if we're aligned, you can really feel how everything just, the tissue is just kind of relaxing downwards. You also may feel a little interesting sensation at the bottom of the pelvic floor. So there's a slight amount of lift from the inside. And just make them super small and fast. So you don't actually have to go up and, yeah, bung, 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 bung. Yeah. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Good. Okay. Now we come to the floor. Just getting that vibration going through the body to feel the whole connectedness of the body. Come on down. Glute release. So when I say glutes, I mean the gluteal muscles, the gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. Sorry about the washer. What is this, 10 minutes now? It's been saying 1 minute. And so we're going to use our bodies on top of the ball, and you're going to massage from the sacrum up and down, moving outwards towards the hip. And then we're going to go side to side on the side of the hip until I get my glass floor with the up camera. This is how I show you, because you can't really see. You either come up in your hand.
Karen, your sound isn't so great for me this morning.
Yeah, it's because my stupid washer is still going. Let me get the earpods in. That's the one thing I forgot. So while I'm up, imagine this is the floor. You're massaging up and down using your body weight. Then you roll onto your side and go side to side. I like to have that leg long, and the other leg short, so I can use my legs to help me push and pull to help get this over with as quickly as possible. And then when I go onto my side, I come onto my elbow. The top foot is turned out and the foot's on the floor. And I use my arm and my top foot as well as a little bit of the bottom foot to go up and down, side to side, or just lie on it for a hot second and enjoy that compression. Particularly for me in that upper quadrant on the side, right up in here. And then do the other side. So starting from the inside, closer to the sacrum and the tailbone, and working your way out. That's just to organize our minds. You could do the opposite. Observing in your body where you feel the most tender. Breathe. Think about how it compares to the first side. I'm definitely having much more sensation on this side than the first side, personally. Be sure to get that side hip. That's where the magic happens, people. Boy. With the side, sometimes I just like to rest on it, lift myself up to reposition, and go back down, rather than rolling around on it. Particularly if it's super tender. You can have a little bit more control of sensation there so that it's tolerable. Okay, ball time, when you wrap up that side, is over for now. Set the ball safely out of the way where it's not going to roll into our curve. let's come into our seated figure 4 stretch with the rocking to start. So crossing the right ankle over the left thigh is bent, you're up on your arms in a relatively relaxed fashion, and before we snuggle up, we're going to rock a little bit side to side. And you can go as far as you want. And one more time each way. Center up, walk the left foot in, walk your body towards your legs, and then you can do a little smaller rocking sensation. We're stretching the right haunch. Maybe also the low back on the right side a little bit. Oh, the washer is done. Bless. Imagine if we had the internet and we could do this, but we didn't have the technology for washers and dryers. I'd be like, hold on a minute. I gotta finish doing the laundry. Let's change sides. Walk yourself out. Okay, reset. Crossing the left over the right. We'll do our large rocking from side to side. I'm allowing the sole of my standing foot, my right foot, to come off the floor. So it feels good to me to move in a full range. One more time each side. Center up, walk the standing foot in, walk your body towards your leg, and then you can gently rock from side to side. Keep breathing in and out, noticing any tension that creeps up into the neck and the shoulders, and trying to relax that. Come to a still point, walk your foot out, come on up, and grab your roller. And thus commences the lying down portion. After all that upper body work, this is going to feel really good. And I think I'm going to turn myself this way. So we do not need the band yet. So we're just going to do a little bit of a shoulder warm-up. So you're lying lengthwise with your tailbone and the back of your head supported by the roller. Your feet will be in line with your sit bones, so relatively close together. Feel a sense of grounding through the inner line, the big toe side of your foot, and keep the knees pointing straight up to the ceiling. Feel how the tailbone is heavy into the roller. There's a curve in the low back. The rib cage level of the spine is softening and dropping down and feeling supported by the roller. There's a larger curve behind the neck, and the cheekbones are dropping down through the roller to the floor. Bring your hands by your sides with the palms facing down. We're just going to breathe fully and deeply. So you're going to breathe all the way down into the pelvis, breathing in through the nose, and out either through the nose or the mouth. Feeling the abdominal wall soften downwards and give in to gravity. 2 more like this, then we're going to add on. Breathing in, expanding the abdomen all the way into the pelvis, and exhaling. Good. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, elongating along the roller. 1 more breath like this before we add on. Because I have good news today. You're going to keep breathing the whole time. Now, we're going to add a sense of, on the exhale, elevating the pelvic floor up towards the rib cage. And inhale, relax downwards. So envision the space between the sit bones, the tailbone, and the pubic bone as you exhale, rising up and narrowing. The pelvis stays the same. Inhale, expanding. Showing you with my hands. Exhale, narrowing and elevating. Inhale, lengthening and expanding. 2 more breaths like this. Exhaling, narrowing and elevating. And elevating in this context means up towards the rib cage. Inhale, expanding, relaxing. 1 more time. Exhaling, narrowing and elevating. And inhale, expanding. Now you're going to do the same sequence. Exhale, elevate, narrow and elevate. And then feel a sense of cinching inwards 3-dimensionally with the muscles inside your hip bones all the way up to the bottom of the rib cage. And then inhale, expanding. If you'd like to bring your fingertips just inside the front bones, your hip bones, you can do that. So you'll inhale to expand and exhale, elevate, and feel your fingertips widening apart, like they're on a conveyor belt and the muscles are carrying them out. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, narrow and elevate. And then feel the muscles underneath your fingertips toning, and it almost feels like your fingers are widening. 2 more breaths like this. Inhaling. Exhaling, narrow, elevate, tone. Inhale. Exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone. You also might feel a sense in the bottom of the pelvis or the tops of the inner thighs, and that's great. So from here, we're going to keep that layer of breath with pelvic function and deep core function. And you're going to keep straighten your elbows, and the fingertips will be on the floor. Collarbones are wide and open, and feel like you're allowing gravity to help the collarbones drape down along the side of the roller. You'll inhale, slide your shoulder blades up so that the tops of the shoulders come towards the ears. And then as you exhale, pelvic function, slide the fingertips back down towards your feet, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, slide the shoulders up. And exhale, slide them back down. 3 more like this. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, back down. 2 more. Notice if your collarbones want to come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back down. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Keep the elbows straight. We're going to bring the shoulders even more down towards the floor to start circling. So down to the floor, up to the ears, forward towards the ceiling and around. And you're going to do 4 more circles, total of 5 in this direction. 2, 3, 1 breath for each circle. 4, 5, and then we'll reverse. Keeping the elbow as straight as possible helps to keep this as a shoulder action, shoulder circle, rather than an arm motion. 3, 4, 5. Good. Notice how, and you can relax your elbows for a moment and feel how the collarbones are continuing to widen and the tops of the shoulders of the neck are staying relaxed. From there, stretch your elbows and reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. The palms will face each other. We're going to do our scapular glides here, which you know and love. Inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling. And exhale, slide the shoulder blades back down. And they can go slightly beyond the start position so you can feel the shoulder blade on either side of the roller. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, sliding back down. Inhale, reaching up. Noticing if as you slide the shoulder blades back down, if the tops of the shoulders want to come up to the ears. That's a normal sensation. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, back down. 1 more time. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, back down. From here, alternating arms are going to open to the side. So you'll inhale, open your right arm to the right. And exhale, bring the arm back up. And then we'll do the same thing on the left. Inhale, open the left arm to the left. And exhale back up. Same breath function. Inhale to expand as you open. Exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone. Bring the arm up. Inhale, expand, and open the arm. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone. Bring the arm back to the start position. Notice if the hip flexors are participating. Inhale to open. Try to keep the hip flexors relaxing by grounding through the backs of the legs. Exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone, arm up. Inhale, expand, and open the arm. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone, arm back up. And we do one more set. Inhale to open. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone, arm back up. And one more time. Inhale, open. And exhale, narrow, elevate, tone, and arm back up. From here, turn the palms to face your legs. So now the thumbs are on the inside, the pinky fingers are on the outside. And we're going to scissor the arms front to back in a range of motion that feels good for you today, keeping the elbows as straight as possible. And switch. You can inhale for one set and exhale for one set. Or you can inhale and then exhale to bring the arms back to the center, the start point. And exhale. So if you need to breathe a little faster today, that's fine. Good. Grounding. Continue to ground through the big toe side of the foot. That looks great, Robert. Really good. Good. Polly, if you can, bring your feet a little closer together because I think that will be a more fun balance challenge for you. This is looking a little too easy. Same thing for you, Annette. You can bring your feet a little closer together. Just for fun. Last set. And good. 2 arms up to the ceiling. Then we're going to open the arms to a T with the palms facing down. So the hands are just below the shoulders. So that's right, Deborah, a little bit lower even. Lift the wrists up, keep the elbows straight, fingertips touch the floor. Allow the head to slide off the side of the rollers. You turn your head to the right or to the left, it doesn't matter. Pick a side. And feel a stretch through the opposite side of the neck, chest, and down the arm. I feel a lot of stretch at my forearm, the top of my forearm near my elbow. Inhale here. And then exhale, bring the head back to center. Reinvigorate the connection through the arms. Wrists are lifted up, fingertips touching, elbows are straight. Let the head turn off the roller to the other side. Feel a stretch through the opposite neck, pec, shoulder, and down the arm a little bit. If this feels challenging to keep your arms straight, you're right. If you don't feel like it's a challenge, you're also right. On your next exhale, you bring your head back up to the center, bring your arms down. Wrists relax, arms relax. And then you'll widen the legs and sway from side to side. And then we're going to come off of the roller, using your arms and legs to help you lie flat on your back for just a moment. And just feel how your spine and your pelvis feel after we've done that roller work. It's an interesting sensation. When you're done with that, roll over onto your side, come up to sitting for a second. And we're going to come into all fours for a moment. Roller at the ready, but we don't need it quite yet. So, what's going to happen is, from all fours kneeling, we're going to just revisit our breathing sequence with the spine elongated. We're imagining that we're lying on the roller, except now the roller's on the ceiling. We're expanding the abdomen as we breathe in. As we exhale, we're narrowing, elevating, and toning, pulling the abdominal wall up against gravity. So it takes a little bit more strength to do that. So take 4 breaths like that. Breathing in, keeping the spine and the pelvis nice and long, and exhale, narrow, elevate, tone the abdomen. Inhale, expand. Exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone the abdomen. Feel how that action helps you elongate your spine and relax your neck. Inhale, expand. Exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone. Relax the fronts of the hips. Inhale, expand. And exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone. We'll revisit our scapular glides here. So on the inhale, we'll let our shoulder blades slide together. And as we exhale, narrow, elevate, and tone, spread the shoulder blades wide apart, collarbones stay away from the ears. Inhale, expand, shoulders slide together. And exhale, push down into the hands, shoulders apart. Good. Deborah, unlock your elbow so that the inner point of the elbow are pointing towards each other. Yeah, that looks good. Inhale, and Annette, straighten your elbows a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. So the spine is staying still, and we're just moving our shoulder blades around our rib cage. And exhale. Do one more. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Sit back a second while I remember my order, so you can rest your wrists. How are we for time? Okay, that's enough of that. We're going to get to the hard stuff later this month. We are going to do a little bit of hip circling, and Polly and I were working on this the other day. So I'm going to show you from my better view the actions that we're going to do, and we're going to thread them together. So we're going to keep the spine and the pelvis long, and you're just going to shift your hips to one side so the legs are at a diagonal, and back up, and then shift the hips to the other side. But you're also shifting on your arms. So the arms and legs look like they're on a diagonal, and up, and other side, and up. Then from there, we're also going to have this hinging back and forward. So we're hinging at the shoulder and at the hip, forward and back. And then we're going to thread all of those actions together, going forward, then shifting to the side, then pushing and hinging back and to the side. So the spine is staying relatively long and neutral, keeping all of its natural curves, right? So if you haven't been doing that, does that make sense? So you're circling. It's like you're using your back to polish the ceiling. Your back and your pelvis. So, and Robert, maybe you could probably do a smaller version if it feels comfortable in your forearms. You could try that. Put your palms facing down, and then if it's comfortable to open the arms parallel, you can do that. And just do a small range of motion. So going forward and side, we'll do 4 circles in each direction, back and side. So we're stirring the body over the joints, over the limbs. 3 and 4. And then come forward and reverse. Other direction, side and back. Inside and forward. 2. Good. 3. And 4. Okie dokies. Good news. You get to lie down again. Roller time. Roller's going to be under the legs. We're going to do some bridging, and then we're going to go into, so I'm going to talk this whole sequence through for you, so if you want to stay lying down you can, otherwise you can sit up. So you're going to bring the roller as close to you as you can. Pam and I did this just yesterday. We found it really helpful, so that's what inspired me to put it into class this month. So that you're rolling up and down, and you're trying to feel like you're going to lift your pelvis up and over onto the roller, and then roll down sequentially through the spine. You don't have to have your feet that close. You can have it farther away from you, but that does make it more challenging. So we want to bring the feet as close to the pelvis as possible without any discomfort in the knee. So we'll do a sequence of 6 of these. Then we're going to roll up, grab the roller, bring it underneath our pelvis, and hold the roller. So this is the part where if you're not comfortable with this, or if this doesn't feel good for you, you get up on some blankets so that you fold a blanket or a towel. Let me show you this variation, because for some people the roller is just very high. So a blanket and a towel, you fold it up, you stack them up, you get your pelvis so that it's slightly elevated and it's slightly unstable, but it's more stable. So if the roller doesn't, if you get onto the roller and it doesn't feel good, that's your variation, okay? So I'll tell you all that stuff that we do on the roller when we get there. You'll be able to follow along. Alternating toe taps, then one leg extends, then we'll do some single leg bicycles, and then we're going to get the long loop going. So feet are hip width apart. The pelvis is on the ground to start, and the roller is connected to the heels and maybe also to the back of the pelvis or the tops of the backs of the legs. Good. And maybe turn yourself slightly diagonally so that you can see me without straining your neck. Yeah, you can just turn your head to the side. Yeah, good, Polly. Pick a side. So I'm reaching my fingers long, and because of my proportions, I'm touching my fingers to the top of the roller just so I have an idea of where it is. Keeping the collarbones wide and open. You're going to take an exhale, feel that narrow and elevation, tone, and you then feel a sense of pulling the pubic bone up towards the rib cage to start to roll up sequentially through the vertebra of the spine. Go as high as you feel comfortable. Inhale at the top. And exhale, reach the knees away from you to elongate the pelvis and the spine and roll down sequentially through the spine. Once your pelvis is back to the start position, inhale. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone. Pubic bone pulls up towards the ribs. Just tip the pelvis, and then you roll sequentially through the spine, reaching out through the knees, and as if you're going to reach your pelvis up and over the roller. Inhale there, and then exhale, slowly roll back down. Good. We're going to do 4 more like that. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone, tip, and roll. Inhale. And exhale, roll down. Three more times. Exhale, narrow, elevate, tone, tilt, and roll. You feel the backs of the legs and the glutes working. Your low back should not feel too strained. 2 more times. Rolling up. Good. Good, good, good. Inhale at the top. Keep pressing down through the legs as you reach out through the knees and roll down sequentially from the top down. Keep the pelvis lifted a little bit higher, Deborah. That's where the work is. I'm here to nag you. Deborah's in the hot spot today, everybody. She's like, bring it, I can take it. Last time, exhale. Narrow, elevate, tone, tilt. And then add the legs and the glutes pressing down as you reach over the roller and beyond the roller. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way down. Good. So, very nice, people. You'll bridge up with the same sequencing, just high enough to pull the roller underneath the pelvis, or if you're choosing to use the pillows, blankets setup, if this starts to feel too high, go ahead and get that set up. When using the roller, it is imperative to hold the sides of the roller because the pelvis will wiggle the roller. I like to hold the sides, Polly. Yeah, and because I feel like that keeps my chest nice and wide and open. And otherwise, you can also hold on top, but for my proportions, I can't really hold. My arms are too long, so my hands are just flopping out to the side. So you find the position that feels right for you, where you feel like the roller is secure, but you're not like clawing at it, but you do have some purchase on it. You'll take an inhale, and as you exhale, feel a sense of a small pelvic tilt to tone the front abdominals, but not to really tip. Then you're going to bring your legs into tabletop one at a time. And then there's a moment where you can relax because gravity is helping you. The knees are over the hips, your pelvis is balanced so that the sit bones are off the roller, the roller's at the top of the pelvis. It should feel comfortable. Okay, everyone feel good? Give me a thumbs up. If you feel good, good, Annette, great. Okay, Holly's like, let's get going. Now, keep that tone in the abdomen of the pubic bone coming towards you without doing a major motion of tilting. Then you're going to tap your right toe down. See if you know where the floor is, and then bring it back up. And then the left toe taps down. And inhale back up. You do not have to touch the floor. Exhale right down and up. And exhale left down. Inhale up. 4 more sets. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. And up. Pam, find a little bit more pelvic tilt as the legs goes down. So the function of the action of pelvic tilting in this exercise isn't actually to tilt the pelvis, it's to keep it secure and stable and to work the abdominals as the leg goes in the opposite direction. So stabilization through contrast, contrasting efforts. I think this is our last set. And last time. Good. From here, we're adding on. Keep the left leg still. Tap the right toe down to the floor. Flex the foot and slide the leg out as far as possible without changing the shape of the spine of the pelvis. It might not straighten. Slide the foot back in, point the foot, and bring the leg back up. So the spine does not change its position at all. The abdominals are working to help you. Tap the left toe down. Flex the left ankle. Slide the leg out long as possible. Good. Point the foot and slide back in and bring the leg up. Reinvigorate your pelvic position as needed. Soften the ribs down towards the floor. Tap the right toe down. Flex and slide out. Inhale. Exhale, point and pull in. Inhale at the top. Exhale, left toe taps down. Flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, slide back in and up. One more set like this. Exhale, toe taps down, flex and extend. Inhale. Exhale, slide back in and up. Good. Exhale, tap the left toe down, flex and extend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, slide back in and up. Good. Rest the right foot all the way down on the floor, then the left foot all the way down. Take a moment to take a breather through your pelvis if you need to, readjust. Everyone doing okay? It's looking good. Okay. Right leg up into tabletop. We're going to do single leg bicycle here. Point the leg up. Flex as you go down, as far as you want. Point, bend, and up. Stay pointed, go to the top. Flex at the top as you go down. Stand firmly on your left leg as you lower the right leg. Point, bend, and come back up to tabletop. So straighten at the top, flex, lower with a straight leg as far as you can go. Notice how your pelvis wants to shift on the roller. Don't let it. Point, bend, and come in. Bend the knee in it. Yep, exactly. Last time, straighten, flex, lower. Press down through the left foot. Point, bend, in. And then replace the right foot down. Stand on it. Bring the left leg into tabletop. And we'll do the other side 4 times. So, straighten up, flex at the top, lower down, point, bend, come in. Reach up, flex, exhale, go down, point, bend, come in. Keep softening the bottom ribs down towards the floor. Straighten up, flex, lower down, point, bend, and in. Inhale last time. Up, flex, and lower. And point, bend, and in. And replace the foot back down. Good. Bridge up. Move the roller towards your feet and slowly roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. And feel how your pelvis feels now that it's been rollerized, for lack of a better term. Interesting sensation. Roll over onto the other side that you didn't before, if you remember, and sit up. And now we will bring the long bands, and this is some setup. So you will fold your band in half if you are doing this sequence, and if not, Robert, you can just observe or do what you want to do. If you have two bands, you can do the long band, tie them together. That would work if they're approximate length. So you fold them, yes. Yeah, use that one. Yeah, so you just need it to be longer than 8 feet, really. That's what needs to happen. So you fold it in half. This one is, the blue one that I recommend is 11 feet because that gives us a variety of heights. So you fold it in half, then you will tie the free end, so where the ends are, you'll just tie them like this. You hold it, make a loop, pull the short end through the loop so you have a little tail. So that's the main bulk of the band tying. Usually this gets a little bit more complicated, but this one's pretty easy. So now you have a big loop, a big circle. And then this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. Polly and Pam have done this sequence before. So, you sit. The best way to do this is to sit. We are going to use our roller again, so don't let the roller go far away. You put the band over your head, so now you have a long necklace. You're going to put your right arm through the loop, and now we have a sash. Bring your sash to kind of come towards your right leg. So both sides of the band are pointing towards your right leg. Polly, you must sit for this because this is when we do the crossing. Okay, so we have your right hand through the band. So you put it, and it's over your head, Polly. Yes, good. I'm watching the big U so I can see better. Now we have both sides of the band. We cross. So now you have an X with a loop at the bottom. Put your foot through the loop. You cross behind your leg. You pull your foot through the loop. Now you have a cross in front of your thigh, behind your knee. Then you're going to cross the band one more time. You have a smaller loop, and you put that underneath your foot to make a stirrup. Yeah, Robert, you're like, nope, you were trying it. And now, you stay seated. I'm going to show you what we have now. We have a diagonal connection from our left shoulder to our right leg with a stirrup around the sole of the foot. Yes, Annette. Yes, Pam. Yes, Polly. I think Deborah. So we cross front, we cross back, we cross front, and stirrup around the sole of the foot. Then we get the roller. Remember the sideline sequence that we did last week? Oh yeah, and now we have a band. It's going to be so fun. So we're going to come onto the roller. The band is on the top. The bottom thigh is free, and we come onto our forearm. So Robert, if you choose to do this, you can. And if this gets challenging for the neck, you support your neck and your head with your top arm. So, top leg is straight, in line with the body. So you can feel some stretch with the band. Your bottom thigh is resting parallel with the roller. You're on your forearm. You're coming into a supported side plank, so you're not resting down right now. You're pushing into the forearm and the elbow. The forearm is parallel to your roller, and you can bring the top hand behind the head. And then our bottom foot is going to come up towards the ceiling, rotating the bottom thigh, and then bring it back down. And up, and down. 3, down, 4, down. I'm supporting my neck with my hand. 5, down. One more time. 6. Now the top leg goes up and down. Up and down. So feel the top thigh simultaneously being pulled into the hip socket by the pressure of the band, and also you're reaching your heel away and up. Good. Bring the top leg in line with the hip, bend the knee forward, and push back to the start position. So the knee is coming to basically like tabletop, and then pushing to 0. Keep tone in the side of the body, and bend. So as if you're, it's a sideways leg press. Yeah, so keep the side of the top leg lifted. Are we having fun, people? No? One more time. Good. Let's come roll yourself off the roller and rest. Okay. It looked good. I just want to check in. Everyone doing okay? Hard for the neck? Hard for the shoulder? Where's the challenge point? Hard to keep the band connected. So yeah, if you need to change the tension on the fly, you can bend your knee and retie your band up at the knot, wherever that is. Again, I'm tall, so this is the 11 feet is perfect for me. You know, with this tiny little tail. You might need a little bit more, a little bit shorter, big circle. So, I have 2 more exercises here. And then we change sides. Are we up for that? Let's reorganize. I'll re-explain this crossing so that we're sure that we're back on the crossing. And then, let's actually just do the other side. We'll do the other exercises next week. But this is why the hairband for me. So, I like to start with the necklace with the knot behind my back or on my one shoulder. Put your left hand through. So you go from a necklace to a sash. So Polly, start with your necklace. So it has the long part of the necklace in the front. Your head is through. Oops. There we go. Yeah. Then you're going to tuck your left hand through. Yes, and now you have a sash. And the sash, the bulk of the band is pointing towards your left leg. You pull some tone into your sash, cross the band in front. Now you have an X and you have a loop. Bring your foot through the loop. Cross the band behind your leg. Now you have an X behind your knee. So one on top of your thigh, one behind your knee, and then you pull your foot through the loop. Then you cross the band in front one more time. You put the loop underneath the sole of the foot, close to the heel, and snug up some tone. And then you have 3 X's total, one in front of the ankle, one behind the knee approximately, and one in the middle of the thigh. And then we get our roller. Did you tie a knot in your band? So it's a full circle? Okay, just checking. Oh, it's just super long. Now I understand. I remember. Okay. So you're going to come onto the roller, onto the forearm. We're going to get this done as quickly as possible. So, lying on your side, Thigh supported by the roller. Top leg in line with the body, and the body is lifting away from the floor by pushing down into the forearm and the shoulder. Top hand can support the neck and the head. So I'm holding like on the underside of my neck. And we're going to start with the bottom leg rotating and down. So push a little bit more, Deborah, and feel the bottom ribs lifting up away from the floor. Yes. 3. Deborah's in the hot seat. 4, 5, 6. Let's do 2 more. 7, 8. Good. And then the top leg lifts up and down. 2 and down. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7. Good, Annette. Good, Pam. Good, Polly. Good. Lift up to the level of your hip. Keep your leg parallel. Bend your knee so the knee comes forward, and then push to the start position. So it's like you're going to climb up a stair very, very awkwardly. Yes. Pam, bring your top hip forward a little bit because you're starting to roll back last time. Okay, come off. Phew! Come on out of there. But don't worry, there's more strap origami, and this is a new one. I did rehearse it. We don't need the roller. Set it aside. I am going to bring you close. I like to work with the knot in the middle, and the flat part is going to be at your feet. So you lay the center of the band flat on the floor so that the knot is in the middle, in the opposite point here, approximately. Okay. Then you're going to bring the knot side through the legs, and you're going to tone up the band over the tops of the feet. So there's nothing on the ankles. It's just over the tops of the feet and down to the floor. Okay? Then I'm bringing my hands from outside underneath my legs to grab the band. I lift the heels up and sneak the band underneath my heels. So there's nothing on the ankles. And now the band ends are pointing out to the side. I'll start again so that way we can all get caught up. So this is imperative. Center of the band is flat, the knot is opposite. You bring the knot towards your pubic bone and place the band over the tops of the feet, tops of the arches. Bring your hands from outside underneath your legs to grab the band close to your feet. Lift the heels up, bring the band underneath the arch of the foot, and put the heels back down. Now the band is pointed out to the side so that there's nothing on the top of the foot. It's not a figure eight, it's just a loop here. So, and it's just so that the ends of the band are on the outside of the legs. Nothing on the fronts of the ankles. Yeah, Pam, that looks good. Yeah, Annette, that looks good. Deborah, that doesn't look right. Let's see. So don't cross it. So we have flat band. Bring the knot through. Yes, and then bring under the sole of the feet. There we go. And then, is this going to be worth it? I think so. You're basically going to get the knot on the other side, so hold close to your feet and bring the knot to the other side and hold it in your hands. Ta-da! So oh man, I thought I figured this out. Because basically, we need to be like this. So that maybe it's better to do it from standing. Okay, we'll ditch the band part today and we'll do the exercises and then I'll figure it out for next week. I thought I had it figured out. That's okay. I tried. There's got to be a better way. I'll figure it out. Come to lie flat on your stomach and grab your roller. We're going to use the roller in lieu. Forearms on the roller, just above the elbow. Robert, you're in luck. Now you get to keep going, if this works for you. So shoulder shrugs up to the ears and slide the shoulder blades down the back. So fronts of the hips are nice and open. Legs are about hip distance apart, maybe wider. Feel a sense of your pubic bone pulling yourself forward, as if you're trying to inch yourself towards the roller. Just a little bit. Float the head up off of the floor, but keep the nose pointing down towards the floor. So the ears are slightly above your arms. You're going to inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, reach your feet in the opposite direction, and exhale, slide the shoulders back down. 2 more times. Inhale, shrug up, and exhale, back down. Inhale, shrug up. Up meaning towards your ears, and away, the arms reach overhead. And then exhale, slide the bottom points of the shoulder blades back down. So up and down means forward and back. Yeah, good. And down. Keep the shoulder blades sliding down the back. Start to bring your sternum forward as you continue to pull your pubic bone forward and push down into your arms and pull the roller into you so the upper back starts to bend. And then go back down. Inhale, bring the sternum forward towards the roller. Bring the roller towards you by pressing down and pulling the shoulder blades down the back. Pubic bone is still pulling forward. Good. And then go back down. Inhale, exhale, sternum forward, roller to sternum, pubic bone forward. Reach the legs back, press down into the roller. Stay here. Left leg floats up and down. Right leg floats up and down. Left leg up and down. Right leg up and down. 2 more times. And down and right and left and down and right. Good. Roll all the way down. Take your hands off the roller. Rest your hands, bend your elbows and rest your hands underneath your forehead so that the hands are stacked up. Bring your feet a little closer together and bend your knees. And we're going to repeat our leg lifts, but we're just doing thigh lifts. So left thigh goes up and down, and right thigh goes up. Left thigh lightens, right thigh lightens. Keep pulling the pubic bone forward towards your ribs. And up, and last set left, and right. Good. Extend the legs, bring your arms underneath your shoulders and push yourself back into a small stretch for your back, either child's pose or a little cat back sequence. So rounding the pelvis, rounding the spine. Feeling comfortable and relaxed. And then we're going to slowly come on up to either standing, kneeling, or sitting, or I will stand. And we will be done. We're a little late. But I thank you. I'll meet you there. I think the AirPods lasted the whole time. Oh my gosh.